Welcome to Notes 5.6, Solving Inequalities Involving Absolute Value. This note is for Algebra 1. The goal for this video is to solve inequalities with absolute value, and this is related to our previous note where we solved equations with absolute value. So it says, number 1, consider the inequality where x is less than or equal to 4. What values of x satisfy the inequality? Well, the answer to this is actually a range of values. We know, unlike an equation, we're going to have multiple numbers that will make this a true statement, a true inequality. And so I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this should be any values where x is less than or equal to 4 and where x is greater than or equal to negative 4. Now, how do I come up with these? Well, first of all, you know that you have two cases because of the absolute value, just like with equations. We're going to have our positive case, we're going to have our negative case. Okay, with the positive case, we know we have x is less than or equal to 4. Drop the bars, x is less than or equal to 4. In the negative case, let's look at it slightly different than how we did with equations. We have a negative x less than or equal to 4. Okay, we would drop the bars and then we would change the 4 to a negative. Well, let's actually look at it here where the x is negative. Now, what works here is we have a negative 1 that we will divide by. Okay, and this will give us x is now greater than or equal to, because when you divide by a negative, you switch the direction of the inequality symbol. And now we have our negative 4. And so this goes along with what I had originally. X is less than or equal to 4, and x is greater than or equal to negative 4. How do I know to use the word and? Well, if I were to show you on a number line, it's not required for this question, but if I were to show you, we have 4 and we have negative 4. And if I were to graph these two inequalities, at 4 we have shaded and starting to shade to the left. Negative 4, again, shaded, shade to the right. They will converge, they will overlap, okay? Anytime that happens, we know it's an and type of a situation. Another way to look at this is to look at the less than symbol. Anytime you have a less than symbol or a less than or equal to symbol, we should know right off the bat that this is an and type of a situation. Okay, if you look at number 2, we have a greater than symbol. This is going to be an or type of a situation. And so it says, consider the inequality, absolute value of x is greater than or equal to 4. What values of x satisfy the inequality? Well, we have our two cases, positive and negative. We'll have our x is greater than or equal to 4 case, drop the bars, x is greater than or equal to 4. Or, in this case, we have the x is, now switch the direction of the inequality symbol, less than or equal to, and we have negative 4. And the key word here, or, when we graph these, the graphs should move in separate directions or they should diverge. Okay, so let's look down at the next question. It says, solve the following inequalities. What I would like to do is add a note here. I want you to think of these as compound inequalities. So think of as compound inequalities. And so if you look at number 3, it says that we have the absolute value of x minus 3 is less than or equal to 5. Well, right off the bat, we know that we should have, because of the less than, an and type of situation. So we have x minus 3, after we drop the bars, is less than or equal to 5. Here's our positive case. And the negative case we will have is x minus 3, switch the direction of the inequality symbol, negative 5. Okay, and now we solve these just like we would any type of an equation. Add the 3, and what we get is x is less than or equal to 8. And in the negative case, we have add the 3, and we come up with x is greater than or equal to negative 2. The word and should be used here, and that will be our solution. Okay, looking at number 4, number 4 is a greater than symbol, so we know that this should be or for the compound inequality. So we have our positive case after we drop the bars, we have x minus 20 is greater than 5. We have our negative case After we drop the bars, we have x minus 20 is less than negative 5. And then we go through, solve for x. So here we add 20. We get x is greater than 25. Here we add 20. We get x is less than 15. We know that this is an OR situation, and so our final answer is x is greater than 25 or x is less than 16. Okay, moving down to number 5. Number 5 is slightly different because what we do first is move the 4 over to the other side. And so we have the absolute value of 3 plus x is less than 4. Okay, we know that this is a less than symbol. And if it's a less than symbol, we have the word and between our inequalities. And so we have our positive case, 3 plus x after we drop the bars, less than 4. Our negative case, 3 plus x after we drop the bars, but this is greater than negative 4. Okay, now let's go through, solve for x. So subtract 3 over. X is less than 1. And we need the word and in here. All right, and then let's go with subtract 3 from both sides. On the other case, x is greater than negative 7. Okay, so our solution, x is less than 1 and x is greater than negative 7. Okay, that's where we're going to stop the video at this time. We will pick up with number 6 in class. We'll finish the rest of this note together. Make sure that you circle anything that you are confused about or that you need clarification on, and make sure to come in with that question next time I see you. Thanks for watching.